Hi guys, how are you all doing today? Welcome to Early Years Matters TV. On this channel, what do? We focus on early childhood, we give parenting tips, and we also review toys. If these are the kind of things you're looking for, what you have to do, subscribe, and not just subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you will be the first person to be notified each time a new video is being dropped on this channel. So today I'm going to be talking about how to talk about your work experience in a teacher job interview. Yes, I know this is the season of job interviews. Educators or emergent educators applying for job positions, or educators trying to change their job positions. So one of the questions you're likely to be asked at a job interview is to talk about your work experience. You might be wondering, why would they ask you to talk about your work experience? They must have seen it in your CV. Yes, they must have seen it in your CV, but when you're being called for an interview, it's an opportunity for you to talk about the work experience that you have. So how you talk about your work experience in a teacher job interview? I would like you to know that it's really important when you're talking about your work experience, try to relate it to the position that you are applying for. So for instance, if you're applying for a preschool teacher, okay, so when the job is being advertised, they are going to talk about the skills that they're looking for, the qualification they're looking for, the experience that they're looking for. So when you're being asked to talk about your work experience, try to relate it to the job that you're applying for. This is important. You don't have to talk about experience that does not relate to the job that you're applying for. So in a nutshell, it's really important when you're being asked in an interview, so can you talk about your work experience? You might be asked a question such like this: okay, can you run us through your work experience? So it's really important when you're talking about your work experience, try to relate it to the job that you're applying for at the moment. Educators, you need to also understand that you're not the only one applying for this position. It might be you against 20 other candidates. And you need to let the future employer know that yes, you're the right candidate. And one of the ways you can let them know that you are the right candidate is to relate your work experience to the job that you're applying for. So now let me answer how you're going to answer this question if you're being asked. Okay, so can you tell us your work experience? Okay, so I've been working in the preschool for the last 5 years, and some of the duties that I perform in the preschool is to put up a curriculum in place, to look after the holistic needs of the children, to lay hands with parents, to lay hands with other team members. So these are some of the roles that comes with my present job. So can you see that you've already related it to the present position you are applying for? So for instance, you're applying for a preschool position. So when you're talking about your work experience, in your present job, you're in charge of putting a curriculum in place. You look after the holistic needs of the children, you lay hands with team members and other stake members, you hands with parents. Can you see that you've already talked about the skills that they're looking for in the job position that you're applying for, and you related it to your work experience? I tell you, if you answer it this way, you are the right candidate. So just a quick recap: when you're being asked to talk about your work experience in a preschool teacher job interview, try to relate it to the skills that is required for the present job that you're applying for, or try to relate it to what they're looking for in the present position that you're applying for. So if you do this, definitely you're going to be the right candidate. And lastly, I would like, times I know when educators apply for a job position, they've a lot of experience. Okay, you can't really talk about all your experience, so try to talk about the recent ones. It's really important. So pick 2 or 3 recent jobs and try to relate it to the present position that you're applying for. If you do this, I tell you, you're going to be what? You're going to be the right candidate for the job. So what more of this tip? What do you have to do? Subscribe, and not just subscribe, turn on that notification bell, please, so that you will be the first person to be notified each time a new video is being dropped on the channel. Until I come your way next time, stay safe and mind yourselves for now. Bye.